Who's verifying these Class 1 licenses in Canada and the US? Huh? Are you supposed to do... When I see this, you're not supposed to... Are you supposed to do this? You can do... I don't think you're supposed to do this. What is this? Yeah, bro, this guy's playing Grand Theft Auto. Like, what's going on with this? Somebody is saying it in chat, highly illegal. I'm not a lawyer, but I'm inclined to agree. This seems like a big problem, guys. I'll tell you that. And when server transfers open in ARK completely changed the game, well, I don't know about that. I mean, I played the game a little bit, but I just could not get into it, man. I just could not, for any reason, enjoy that game at all. But anyway, so... yeah, basically, they did arrest the guy. They are going to arrest him, and I think this is a good thing. Obviously, you know, they took the license away from the company, I think, that hired him, you know, like their business license, which, I mean, again, that's a good thing, but it doesn't really do a whole lot. Let's see here. Oh, here it is. Yeah, here's the video right here. The illegal truck driver who killed 3 people in Florida has just been taken into custody in California and was loaded into a plane sent by Florida. So basically, bro, they rounded this motherfucker up, man. They got him, and I don't know what's gonna happen to him now, but I bet it's not good. Let's go ahead. Let's watch it. Here we go. So this literally, it just happened, I guess, a half hour ago.
Singh actually being led by Florida state authorities onto the plane there. Singh actually being led by Florida state authorities onto the plane there. It looks like he's in shackles as he's being taken back onto the plane. What exactly, Senator, would your legislation do
gotcha,
pertaining
bitch.
to this and other potential similar cases in the future?
Oh. Oh.
Well, look, there's already a basic requirement of English proficiency that some of these blue states, these sanctuary states, are just ignoring in issuing commercial driver's licenses.
No, they need to do something like this federally immediately. Like, they need to pass, like, an executive order or some shit that says, like, if you are a, like, fucking interstate truck driver, you have to pass an English literacy test right now. Like, I mean, that's it, you know, like, that's really the problem. Because, like, if they want to have a bunch of retards that can't read in California, like, I mean, that sounds like a personal problem to me. But, and also, that's not good either. But, you know, I think that if you're talking about, you know, like, multi-state lines, I mean, yeah, obviously they need to have a degree of quality control for this. How is it even a question? So, yeah, it's insane. You should learn how to English to get any job, learn how to do English to get any job. I don't know how a person gets into America without speaking English. I mean, it's the national language, and by the way, I know that up until recently it wasn't. It always has been. Everybody knows it. Every presidential address is in English. English is the national language, and it always has been. So the fact is that anybody who's not speaking English shouldn't fucking be here. Like, I don't know how this is even a question. How is this even like a conversation? What the hell are we doing?
License to truckers.
Yes. Oh my God.
I think 2 things. Number 1, these states like Washington and California that want to keep issuing commercial driver's license need to show that they are complying with that basic requirement, that the people that they're putting on these roads that are going into other states can actually read the signs.
Yeah, imagine expecting somebody who drives a truck that could kill people to be able to read traffic signs. I mean, I don't know, guys. That seems a little bit it sounds a little bit racist to me. Ah, geez, guys. Like, yeah, it sounds kind of bad. Wow. How many families need to die for this? This is so horrible. Well, I don't understand. And I think that, again, like, it's just in general, like, anti-American, like, Western racism, or like a sense of, like, guilt where it's like, oh, well, we can't force people to learn English. Like, absolutely you can. 100% you can. It's not even a question. I mean, this isn't like a, you know, a restaurant. This is a life and death situation, very clearly, right? And so that's where we're at.
Understand English and be able to communicate
so, yeah.
with with motor carrier.
So I disagree. My mom's Puerto Rican. She does not speak English. Puerto Ricans are legal and they're not obligated to speak English. I'm on your side with a lot of things, but not that part, man. Wow, okay, so there's like 1% of Puerto Ricans that don't speak English, so we should just let... And also, like, they automatically became U.S. citizens, right? Because Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory. So that's like a very different thing than what I'm talking about, right? I mean, you clearly... Like, what I'm saying is that people should... If somebody is coming into the United States and they can't speak English, I think that should be an automatic decline. Should be an insta decline if you're not proficient in English. I don't even see how anybody can argue against this. It seems like the most obvious common sense opinion, but for some reason it eludes everybody.
Safety inspectors.
That's a gotcha. Yeah, of course.
And instructions for driving, and they need to be permanent and lawful residents of the United States.
And also, by the way, if your mom drives a fucking semi-truck, she better learn. Like, I got no problem. She wants to sit at home and do whatever the fuck. Yeah, fine. Don't speak English. It's okay. You're a U.S. territory. It is what it is. But, like, if you're going to go around driving a fucking truck, you better learn how to read the goddamn signs. I mean, what are we even doing here, guys? Come on. What is this? Talking about CDL? Yeah.
Basic minimum. And that way, you don't have other states that are following the law. As you know, Florida is a law and order state. We comply with the laws because we know that that ensures the safety of our citizens.
Yeah, it's obvious.
We shouldn't fall victim to or be penalized by other states that don't do the same.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, like, again, it's just what an unforced error. What a massive. And in my opinion, I think that from everything that I know about the government, I don't think this had anything to do with liberal policy. I mean, maybe at the top it did. I think this just had to do with another person that works at the government who doesn't give a fuck about their job. They don't care about how things go, and they're just doing whatever the hell they want, right? I think that's really what's going on here more than anything. So, yeah, and is driving that hard? Yes, apparently it is. And it was absolutely liberal policy? Maybe, right? I don't know. Is this kind of stuff another reason why people push for autonomous self-driving cars? I mean, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think that truck driving is that job is on a it has its days or numbers, basically, right? I think that very clearly you are going to see truck drivers losing their jobs. Whether this is sooner or later, it's hard really to say, but I do think it's going to happen. The reason why is because it's safer and better for everyone if you could have an autonomous driving car. Because another thing that people might not consider is that even if these truck drivers are, like totally, they can speak English, they're born in America, there's like no native or no, like a non-native element to this. Like a lot of truck drivers drive for a really long time. And there's a level of human fatigue that happens with this. And so that's why they have like beds at the back of their truck. So I would say that probably a lot of drivers are probably sleep deprived at some point or another, if not most of the time. And because of that, everyone is, but locally. Yeah, exactly. Right. And so because they're sleep deprived and this is a job that they can only do theoretically for 8 to 12 hours a day, 15 at the best, and that's not a good thing either. It would be better for everybody if you had autonomous driving cars that could drive at 100% efficiency 24 hours a day. Like, this would just simply be an improvement for the human race. It's not something that would be good for truck drivers. It's not something that would be good for companies. It's something that would be good for everybody. And I think that a lot of the, reluctance from AI actually comes from people afraid of losing their jobs. That's primarily where it's coming from. It's not coming from people that are actually, people that are against AI fundamentally, because I don't see how I don't see how an ethical person cannot come to this conclusion, right? I mean, in my opinion, I think it's inevitable. So yeah, you need infrastructure for that, designed for AI, not human drivers. Well, I don't think that's even really true, because we already have AI. So, like, based off of that logic, how do we have self-driving taxis now? How many Waymo and Tesla auto-driving car accidents do we have? Because, like, I feel like if there was a Tesla auto-driving car and it had an accident, everybody on the news would be hearing about this forever. And I'm sure it's happened before, right? I mean, it's definitely happened. But, like, if I compare, let me see here, rate of self-driving cars versus real drivers, rate of accidents. let's see here. We'll go ahead and look at this. This is obviously AI, so like it might not be accurate, but let's go ahead and find out. 9 million drivers. Okay. With Waymos, 4 million. Okay, so human drivers have accident rate of about 4 to 4.5 per million miles driven. So it's about 9 crashes per miles driven. Recent studies, Waymo's improvement is 2.1 miles driven. Okay, so it's 8.5. So apparently Waymo, according to this, right? Waymo is a caveat. Yeah, and this is also, AVs tend to have fewer severe crashes but struggle in specific scenarios. Yeah, I mean, like, well, let me actually ask, this is a better question. How many fatalities have happened because of a self-driving car? Right? Because, like, I mean, I think it's a big difference. You know, you're talking about, like, an accident. Like, you know, there's a fender bender, and then there's people that are getting killed. So only one fatality has been directly attributed to a fully autonomous vehicle. So this seems very, very unlikely, right? I mean, there's literally a list of them, and each one is labeled by the year, right? So that very clearly this doesn't happen a lot, and it's extremely fucking minor. And yeah, how many? You want to get the rash on your face from? No, I don't actually. I think I was washing my face yesterday. I took a shower yesterday, if you can believe that. Yes, I know. And I took a shower yesterday, and maybe it's from that. It's lying to you. Well, I don't know about that. I mean, I don't think that it necessarily is. I mean, you can just look at the web pages and see what happens. Self-driving car statistics. I mean, you can look through all of this. 393 crashes. I mean, and this is from May of 2022. I mean, look at how many crashes happen with people all the time, right? It happens constantly. Now, obviously, you'd have to account for, like, per capita and how many mistakes happen. But in a general sense, no, I feel like this is a very, very obvious thing. Allergic to soap, yes, clearly. But fully autonomous vehicles are also deployed in places like Arizona where driving conditions are consistent and easy to navigate. Yes, but I would argue that most highways are probably one of the easiest and most consistent driving navigation areas anywhere. You simply go in a very long line, one direction. Like you go on I-35. That's one of my favorite things about going on the highway, is that I can go on the highway and I just turn my fucking brain off. I don't have to think. I just like, okay, I have to go this way for 22 miles. Great. All right. Let's fucking just totally disconnect. And that's it. I bet the human driver crash is actually higher because a lot of people not reporting too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I don't know. But anyway, so that's generally the way that I see it more than anything. And this is as bad as it ever will be. And I think that's another thing too, is that if you look at this here and you look at the amount of it, it's obviously going to get better. Waymo's 56 million miles driven showed no fatalities, with an 80 to 90% reduction in certain accident types compared to human drivers. So here we go right now. And so this is inevitable. So going back to the truck driver thing, what's my point with this is that even if truck drivers, every single one of them spoke perfect English, they all had an English degree, this problem would still be something that's worth solving, right? And so that's generally what I was saying, and that's what I think overall. Let me go back. I'll look at a few more of these and take a look at it. Oh, and apparently, I don't know really if this how recent this one is, but it did happen again somehow. Here we go.
Which is great. You okay? For sure. Yeah. I was coming this way, and I see the whole thing. It's crazy.
Man. Hard to know where this is. I don't know if this is in the U.S. or not, but yeah, I think this is obviously a very big problem, and this is the governor of Florida talking about it. Here we go.
Ron DeSantis of Florida is talking about the illegal immigrant truck driver who had the driver's license from California that killed 3 people in Florida. Let's listen in.
He will arrive in Florida today.
Oh, they got him.
He will get the book thrown at him very shortly after that, I can guarantee you. So,
I don't even, like, the guy that did it is obviously a dumb piece of shit. Yeah, okay. But, like, what about the people that hired him? What about the people that employed him? What about the people that gave him the license? What about the people that approved the process that made the license that he got possible? Like, you've really got to look at those people, and that's really where you've got to look at the fault, right? You've got to look at, like, that's where you've got the problem, obviously, right? Preach, yeah. I mean, that's really where we're worried about.
Stay tuned. You're going to be able to hear more for that. But how ridiculous is it that somebody would get a commercial driver's license who doesn't understand the language of this country, doesn't understand road signs, doesn't understand these things. And the feds, when they had him detained a couple days ago, they did an English test, and he failed abysmally, not even close. Like, not only like, a little English, no, he was terrible. And yet he's getting these commercial licenses from these sanctuary states. And in the U.S., we all kind of have our opportunities to run our states the way we want. We've chosen to be the free state of Florida.
Well, that's not even no. Because if you're driving federally, like, I mean, this is such an obvious thing. I mean, if you're doing something that crosses state lines, then states' rights are not paramount anymore. There's a reason why you have federal government and state government. And it's so fucking obvious. Things that are inside of that state and stay inside of that state are the state government, generally, not always, but generally. And things that are not are the federal government. We all know this. Everybody, it's so obvious.
I think most people here appreciate that. California, Washington State, they're choosing much different pathways. And I think it's been very destructive to the people there. That's why people have fled those states. But, their policies and their recklessness spills over to other states in this country. And it's spilled over, in this case, to the state of Florida. So the 3 Floridians are dead, in part because of the recklessness that we see out on the left coast. And, I think it needs to stop. But ultimately, it's going to require Congress to get off its rump and actually do something about this.
Exactly, yeah. They need to solve the problem systematically. Because the system that created this person will create another person like this. So getting mad at the person is solving the symptom and not the disease.
Defund sanctuary states, defund sanctuary cities, rein in the excesses that we've seen in these states time and time again, and I hope that happens, because we cannot just sit and allow these tragedies to occur on and on and on. It's got to stop. We're here today.
It's ridiculous. This is such a ridiculous, unforced error that nobody should have ever even seen.
To talk about our support for rural communities in Florida. And our state.
Right, so that was Governor Ron DeSantis talking about how this illegal immigrant who killed 3 people in that accident, he's going to be extradited from California to Florida today. And Governor Ron DeSantis saying that he is going to have the book thrown at him.
Yeah, they're going to take it very seriously, obviously. And basically, again, just to recap, an illegal immigrant who can't speak English, who didn't understand the road signs, somehow gets these commercial driver's licenses in California, Washington, kills 3 people.
This is so fucking retarded. How is this even real? This is crazy.
Florida. And as you heard Governor say there, when he gets here to Florida later today, as you mentioned, we are throwing the book at him.
Yeah. So he will said that there will be more to come, and we will follow that as it happens. In the meantime, there's this.
Thank God. Thank God. And again, they need to fix the system that creates guys like this. That's really how you solve this problem. And he'll probably get charged. He'll probably get manslaughter. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the odds are the guy's going to spend a lot of time in jail, and that's really what matters the most, right? I mean, individual specific things, it's really kind of hard to say. This is, yeah. Can't read the sign. What? What? Huh? CDL gameplay? Yeah, I guess so, guys. Looks about right. Yeah. Well, there it is, right? That's where we're at. And yeah, I missed a turn. Yeah. If you could only read the stop sign, man. But yes, anyway, so that's pretty much what's happened, and I'm not really that surprised by this, but yeah. Anyway, so this is, and I think this is one of the big reasons why they let this happen. Listen to this.
And I know there's different issues involving the census even apart from that, but the census that was done, and it started under Trump administration, but it was processed and the results were promulgated under Biden.
Yeah.
Just with that, if we just take that and applied it properly, Florida would have at least one more seat. That's just
it's crazy that they count illegals in the census. Like, I mean, how can you have such a blatant, obvious fucking exploit? Like, I mean, this is, like, what are we even doing here? What is this?
So the Attorney General has written a letter to
drama?
the Census Bureau, the Commerce Department, copying the White House, saying, please fix this remuneration and award Florida what we're entitled to, an extra seat in Congress. And if we get that, that's not only an extra seat in the House of Representatives, we have 28 now, that would also mean an additional vote in the Electoral College when it comes to presidential elections.
Jesus.
And so we should have had that in 2024, and 22 for Congress, 24 for both Congress and the Electoral College. And we want this fixed now. We think it's really something that's important. So.
No, it's not even a question. I mean, like, why the fuck would you count an illegal alien in the census for the representation of the government? It doesn't even make sense. It's so stupid. And so, yeah, livers of brain rots or cancer society. Well, I think this is a lot simpler, right? I mean, it is. It's a lot simpler than that. They want to bring in illegals because it gives them more power, right? I mean, you don't need to have, there doesn't need to be a benevolent ideology for this. It just simply has to be the interests of these people. That's it. It makes perfect sense if you're gaming the system. Absolutely it does. And I think that's clearly what's happening here, right?